of visitors travel to Europe for reasons, and I'm going to take you to explore the rich diversity of histories, architectures, arts and cultures in Eastern Europe. Come join me to embark on a journey of new adventures and discoveries of Eastern Europe on my travel site.
People travel thousands of miles to see the world, but in my travel sites, we bring the world closer to you where you can sit back, relax and experience it all. In this trip, we'll visit some of the less known places that we seldom see on TV. Austria is the starting point for my travel to Eastern Europe, and thereafter, using their very own local transportation to destinations such as Czech Republic, Poland, Romania, Bosnia-Herzegovina and Croatia. I took a transit flight which took 7 hours to arrive in Dubai because I prefer to have a break during long-haul flights. During the break in Dubai airport for 4 hours of transit, you will not be bored at all because Dubai airport is a shopping paradise in itself. This USD 5.5 billion airport offers everything your heart desires and money can buy. So, it is not surprising most of the shops are open round the clock and you can shop for anything from branded luxury watches to the latest electrical gadgets as well as jewelries and local delicacies such as dates and cashew nuts. From Dubai, I continued on the flight to Vienna, the capital of Austria, which took about 5.5 hours. It is always wise to get a local tour guide to arrange everything for you when you visit an unfamiliar place, especially when language is a barrier. Our tour guide told us that the best time to visit Austria is from April to June and September to October, when the scenery is at its best. The temperature in Austria during that time of the year was between 23 to 29 degrees Celsius, but weather can be quite unpredictable. Let me share something about Austria with you. One of the most famous figures down in history that hails from Austria is the music prodigy Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Many may have heard of this child genius who was competent in keyboard and violin at a very young age and started composing at the age of 5. Having performed his works while most children his age were still playing, he was engaged as a court musician when he was only 17. Though the promising music career ended abruptly upon his death in 1791, his enduring legacy lives on with his works that comprise 3 great operas, 27 piano concertos, 35 sonatas for violin and piano, and 41 symphonies. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born on January 27th in Salzburg, Old Town. He later moved to Vienna and had a happy and prolific years from 1784 to 1787 in Domgasse 5. Both buildings are converted into museums dedicated to this great musician. Besides all things Mozart, I will also take you to Austria's Clock Museum, Donner's Fountain, Albertina, Joseph Clark, the famous Royal Cake House Demel, St. Stephen Cathedral, Kenner Street, Paris Street, Frey-Wille-Boutique Square, Jorge Market Square, the oldest traditional restaurant in Austria, Café Shaker, and many more.
How I wish traveling is always a bed of roses. Unfortunately, mishaps do happen, and it is important for us to know some useful travel info. For starters, missing luggage can really spoil our long-awaited holiday. Like for me, when my luggage went missing, I distressed myself by doing some shopping simply because I know I can get some compensation when I purchase my air tickets with my credit card.
Do you know? You can make claims for your belongings if your luggage has been missing for more than 48 hours by presenting the original receipt and your flight ticket. Know your rights, and I'm sure you can handle it in the best way. As we all know, to travel in Europe, one must learn how to use public transportation, as taxis can cost a bomb. It is advisable to purchase the value for money Vienna card, as you can use it for 72 hours of travel on Vienna's public transport network, and as well as over 200 discounts for only 18.5 euro. The subway is highly efficient and can take you to almost any destination within minutes.
This is definitely one of the monuments that we must see in Vienna, the Imperial Palace, a piece of history that time cannot erase.
Hofburg Palace is very near Museum Quartier substation. A quick peek on the palace. Vienna Hofburg was the residence of the Austrian royalties for over 600 years. Near the Hofburg Palace is the Michaelerplatz Square. Around the palace were many street performers creating the atmospheres of being transported back in time while drawing the amusements from the crowd. The majestic Imperial Palace still stands in commanding view as how it was when it was the official residence for the rulers of Hofburg Empire for more than 7 centuries. Seasons change, but its historical mark lives on. Walking around the area of the Imperial Palace does ignite a feeling of awe, as the grandeur and the intricacies of the architecture was a sight to behold. This location often serves as an area for festive celebrations, besides offering great shopping experiences to both locals and tourists alike.
Just a few minutes walk from the Imperial Palace is Demel Café. It is one of the most famous cake houses that once served the royalties. Until today, they are still using original recipes. And everything here is handmade. Want to know more about the bakery? Stay on with me. I'll be back to you soon.
The interior of Demel Café is in the baroque style, and there are elegant chandeliers that adorn the ceilings with beautiful mirrors lining the walls. As promised, I'll take you in for a visit. I just simply can't wait to taste them.
So please, that's your water. And that's a typical Viennese coffee.
Oh, okay.
It is with whipped cream. The name is Einspänner.
Oh, okay.
It's a typical Viennese style.
Oh, all right.
And a traditional apple straw.
Wow, that's what I'm waiting for. Thank you.
Please, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm very fortunate to have the chef to show me around. This cafe has an open kitchen where passers-by are free to watch. But today, we are not just going to stare from outside the kitchen, we are going inside the kitchen to have the closest look.
And today you're going to show us your special recipe.
Yes, what we show is now the famous Viennese apple strudel. And it's very important. The girl is roll up the dough now on the machine, and after we put the dough on the table, and we have to boil it very, very thin. The dough must be so thin, yeah, you can read the newspaper. And now we have to pull the dough. We do it together. And here is very important the right recipe for the dough. Yeah, you can see it's very, 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 very thin. Yeah,
Yeah, you can see.
this is very important for the Viennese apple strudel. Yeah. The next is this is fresh liquid butter. We have to put on. The next is we have breadcrumbs. Yeah, breadcrumb with butter and sugar. This is also for the taste. Yeah? It's very important. It must be very well roasted, yeah, and so you have a better taste. Yeah. The next is the apples, and it's also very important. You have to do it very fast to roll the apple strudel. The dough will be dry after, and when it is too dry, we are broke. So the next thing is sugar and cinnamon.
Oh, okay.
It's also for the taste, yeah.
Okay.
Cinnamon is very important. Walnuts.
Walnuts.
It's grounded walnuts.
Okay.
And this is rum raisins.
Right.
It's also some recipes in Austria. They make the Viennese apple strudel also with sour cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this is the old style.
All right.
And this is the Demel style. So we cut the rest of the dough. It's too much. So now we roll it together.
Demel Café was founded in 1786 on the Michaelerplatz. Later in 1857, it was given to Christ of Demel, who moved the bakery to Colmar, where the Demel is located till today. The house was headed by the Demels until 1972, but the quality of its exquisite chocolates and bakes has not changed a bit.
But the rest, this by hand. It's not possible to make it with a machine. To make that this one. This is a real original apple strudel, handmade apple strudel. Yeah.
It can keep for a week or a day?
No. We're preparing today for tomorrow. We give it this one. You can bake it right now, or you can give it in the fridge, and we'll bake it tomorrow. It's very important to make it very fresh. So we give it in the oven.
Okay.
We bake it in the oven by 280 degrees Celsius, yeah, about 25-30 minutes.
I can smell the tempting smell of freshly baked apple strudel. And do you know, Demel produced about 2,000 portions of apple strudels per day.
This is the special deliver for
The royal.
royal house.
So
Yeah.
you name this name after?
Yes, in Vienna is only for the bakery. About 5 or 6 bakeries in Vienna, they delivery only for the emperor.
Fresh from the oven, the apple strudels look so soft and crispy with this brownish gold color. It is then sent for precise measuring and cutting. All apple strudels are sized exactly 10 cm, no more, no less.
We need the sugar.
Oh, this is sugar.
Not too much, only a little bit. Also some people, they want it without sugar. So they order it before and we give it extra. It's no problem. So this is already finished and we bring it out in the shop.
That's great. It's just about not more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
One must never be late when seeking audience with an emperor. That era may have long been a thing of the past, but being punctual to my next destination will promise a little surprise, especially to those who believes that time and tide waits for no one.
Not far from the cathedral, there's this Anker Clock. Anker is the name of the insurance company that owns the building where the clock is. The unique feature of the clock is, when the hour strikes noon, 12 figures representing the history of Austria move across the face of the clock. Therefore, the audience surrounding that area increases by the second, just before the clock strikes 12, as not a moment is spared for anyone. It was an unforgettable experience as moments before the clock struck 12, there was complete silence as everyone was looking at the clock and not paying attention to other affairs. Vienna's most elegant shopping street leads from Stephanplatz to the Staatsstoppe on the ring and ends at Karlsplatz. In the Middle Ages, Cardinal Street used to be the main route to Carinthia. At present, it is the main shopping avenue in Vienna. It is named after the southern state of Carinthia, and in the winter, it is very beautifully decorated.
I'm here at Vienna's most elegant shopping street. It is full with cafes, traditional and fashionable shops. But today, I'm not going to see all this. I'm going to take this opportunity to see one of the most exclusive products of Austria.
Why this jewelry store is so exclusive? These accessories are all unique in its own way, where craftsmanship by hand dominates its production until today. Each of the items created at Frey Wille are meticulously crafted by a team of artists, experts of fine enameling and goldsmiths. The team creates modern jewelry in fine enamel with the best materials to achieve perfection, and the core of its value lies in the artistic creation.
This is enamel, and it's got 24 karat gold mounting in it. It can be used as
It is said that a new collection can take up to 2 years to produce because design concepts, color schemes, and early sketches are constantly criticized and restyled until the final 2 or 3 perfected designs are chosen to be realized in enamel and gold.
It's mainly for young people, trendy people.
necessarily. We have some classic editions such as Egyptian, Greco-Roman. We also have the newer collections, which is also not only for younger people.
So basically, it's no age limit.
No, that's right.
Before I end my night, I would like to take you to a unique place in Vienna. This place is well known among the locals. This restaurant full of entertainments such as live performances, dance shows, and traditional music. Of course, not to mention the delicious local food served here. Hi, Anna.
Welcome to our restaurant. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is our Weingut.
Performance function.
Performances.
Tonight you have some performance going on.
Yes, traditional Viennese songs and dancing.
Anna will take us to visit the whole restaurant, as each room is made for different purposes. On the top floor, there was an opera show going on, especially for those who enjoy watching live performance. The restaurant presented an exciting blend of Viennese waltz and operetta with traditional Viennese Hurrigan culture.
I guess the show must be start already.
Yes, it's
Oh, okay.
For those who are not familiar with the Hurrigan culture, a German word Huriger that has been adopted into English with the closest equivalent being the word coziness. The word, however, rather than merely describing a place that is compact, well-heated and nicely furnished, it carries the notion of belonging, social acceptance, cheerfulness, the absence of anything hectic, and the opportunity to spend quality time. Such an apt word to describe the restaurant that I'm in. I feel such a strong sense of belonging and all set for a whale of a time.
this is just the first episode to give you a glimpse of much more excitements in store for you at home. So remember to join me next week in my travel sites.
Wendy Wong departed from which of the following airport? A. Kuala Lumpur International Airport. B. Dubai Airport. C. Vienna Airport. Question 2. Which palace has the host just visited? A. Schönbrunn Palace. B. Hofburg Palace. C. Hostel Palace. To end the contest, key in MTS space followed by the answer and send your SMS to 32776. For example, if your answer is A, key in MTS space A and send your answer to 32776. If you wish to participate again or send another entry, key in MTS and your answer and send it to 32776. First and second winner, 5 days ground tour in Shanghai or 4 days ground tour in Guilin or 5 days ground tour in Chengdu. Third winner, Canon printer MP258 and free 1-year subscription of Leisure Travel magazine. You stand a chance to win a grand prize of a 8 days tour in Europe, the ultimate 8-day 6-night New Europe Explorer, Prague, Bratislava, Budapest, Vienna, Salzburg, Innsbruck, Frankfurt, Hotelwanga Village.
Within the old town, one can see a local folk demonstrating how coins were minted in the old days. Spielberg Castle has served many purposes over the years, including that of a royal castle. The English Castle Park was formed into its current shape between 1805 and 1811. This is the summer festival where all the locals will come to attend this open concert and other activities. The owners of the cars also purposely dress up to suit the occasion to show their appreciation of having these antique cars.